66 points we end up going down by in an elimination final. There was so much on the line today, and from the get-go, you could pretty much see that Hawthorn wanted it more. Um, I don't know. I'll break down the game in a little bit, but at the moment, I'm just so disappointed, disheartened. Um, I'm sad and angry. It's annoying. It's annoying because, like I said, the season was on the line. And yes, we can mathematically still make finals, but like I've said for so long, if you have to rely on other teams losing games and etc., or you have to rely on math, you messed up. You messed up. The only team that you should be relying on is yourself. So the only person you should be relying on is yourself. And we just haven't put ourselves in that position. So yes, we can mathematically still make it, but everything would need to go right. And from what we put up today, it's just it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. And yeah, that'll be that. With today's game, for so long I've said, you know, we can't know what the hunger levels look like, or we can't know this, we can't know that. But today's game, it looked like there was just no hunger and there was just no fight. We didn't give up completely because, kicking at one point in the third quarter, we were like 1-12 or something. And then we ended up kicking like 9 goals for the game. So we didn't fully give up. We tried some new things. The thing that annoys me the most is that we try these new things and we try and take on the game and take these risks and score these goals. When the game's done and dusted, we were never coming back. We were never coming back. But we looked a little bit more exciting in that end of that third quarter, start of that, up to about halfway through the fourth quarter. We looked a little bit more excited, a little bit more engaging. But letting a team put 133 points against you in wet conditions says a lot. It says so much. And Hawthorn just played to the conditions better. We didn't adjust quick enough, and Hawthorn just absolutely capitalised in that second quarter when it was pissing down. In the first quarter, I thought we were okay. We were missing a lot of shots at goals. I think, when Kruger took that mark, I turned to Dad and I said, he's going to miss. And Dad's like, what do you mean? He's 5 meters out. I go, trust me, he's going to miss. And he missed. If we had gotten that one, maybe something would have changed, but you could just tell Kruger missing that one, and nothing on Kruger, but Kruger missing that one, that's the way the game was going to go, and that's the way the game played out. And it was just freaking frustrating. And we just couldn't score to save our lives. Like I said, we scored 1 goal for an entire half of football, and we were 1-12 at one point in the third quarter. That's pathetic, and it's not the Collingwood way. This is not the Collingwood that we know and love. Something has changed this year, and I know we've had injuries through a chunk of it, but this is probably the best team we've fielded in a very long time, and it looked like they just didn't want it. And, it's just, it's just bloody annoying. It's just bloody annoying. We were just a little bit too slow to react. We weren't set up right behind the ball. If we had, our defenders around the ball in the defense and we're trying to kick it out, Hawthorn were out free. This zonal sort of this zone tactic doesn't work all the time. It works sometimes when it's coming off, but doesn't work all the time. Today it didn't work because they were always positive players whenever we were trying to take it out, and they got like 76 intercept possessions or something off our turnovers. So, that's one in and of itself ridiculous. They possessed the ball for so much longer than we did. I think they were like plus 140 in disposals. I think when I looked at it, they were somewhere near 450 disposals, and we were near less than 300. So they they were on top for a lot. They had a lot of the ball, and they were just running through. They were playing wet weather football like it was dry football. They were just running through us and doing everything right, and they were breaking our tackles. We couldn't stick a tackle to save our lives. We just weren't running with them. We weren't going the man. Things just weren't going our way, and it was just disappointing. I'm very, very, very disappointed. That's our fourth loss in a row. We haven't played like this, and we haven't lost 4 in a row since losing 5 in a row in 2021. And to see us go from a premiership to this is disheartening and very disappointing. I should mention credit to Hawthorn. They played incredibly. I've been a big Hawthorn supporter this whole year. They're just so exciting. And to go from 0-5 to now be on the precipice of a final series is absolutely incredible. We could learn something from Hawthorn. They just wanted it more. It was an elimination final, and they just fucking wanted it more. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I thought a couple of our players stood up. Dan McStay was an absolute positive. I loved having Dan back in the team. Kicked 1 goal too. It was good to see him kick his first goal back after that since the prelim. Nick Dacos fought all the way through. But there are a lot of players that just didn't lift and just didn't do what they needed to do, and that's in turn that's the Hawthorn. That's what Hawthorn didn't allow us to play our style of game. But even our style of game has gone away from that really sexy football. Like, we were electric to watch. We were so fun to watch last year. And again, and I say this so many times, McRae after the grand final said, we need to evolve. We've got to be hunted. We need to evolve. We evolved too far. Now we're playing this weird wing. We're not using the corridor as much as we used to, from my eyes anyway. We're going really wide. We're playing this sort of territory football that's just not working. Our running game is gone. And you can't tell me that these older players have just fallen off an absolute cliff that quickly. Like, maybe they have. I really don't know. But they were never quick anyway. But it's players like Jack Crisp, Markov, Noble, Josh Dacos, Jordan De we know is carrying an injury. But these sort of players who were electric last year and in patches this year, and these last few weeks just haven't been. Like, we've lost 4 in a row. This team that was touted as, what did Cam Mooney say at the start of the year? He's never seen a team this primed to go back to back. And this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with missing out on finals. Craig McRae came out and said in the press conference that this is not a representation of us. And I get what he's saying, but it is kind of a representation of us, the way that we've played since the Kangaroos game. You know what annoys me the most is the Melbourne game that we played. That was the best football that we played. That was pretty much 4 quarters of football. I know it was a beautiful day at the MCG, but that was 4 quarters of beautiful football. One that people had us losing because we had so many players out. And to go from that to what we dished up today, are you having a laugh, man? It's just really, really frustrating. And yeah, I think the best word for it is disappointing. Something that my teachers and parents used to say to me all the time. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. And that's what I feel like. I just feel I'm not angry. I thought I was angry, but that's not the feeling I'm feeling. I am. It's disappointment. That's the feeling. It's very disappointing. I should make mention of Jack Ginnivan's performance. Insane. He hadn't had over 23 disposals or something in a game, and he had 31 disposals, kicked 2 goals. He'll get the 3 Brownlow votes. He played incredible. Did I like him saying, the good night thing? No. Was he getting booed by us at every single turn? Yes. Should he have been booed? Probably not. But you can do whatever you want. So he had a really good game. And I think the thing, like we talked in the Lockie Schultz and Jack Ginnivan video a couple of days ago, the thing that will rue the most is not giving away a first rounder for Schultz. It's giving away Ginnivan for literally a bag of plain chips. Literally a bag of plain chips. Because he was on fire today, and that's what will come back and bite us in the ass. Yeah. The Pies have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do. Ray Charles could see that they've got a lot of work to do. Can we turn it around? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm keeping the faith because that's what Craig McRae has taught me. You know, keep the faith. I was there till the final siren, and I will keep the faith until we just can't make finals. And even then, if that happens next week or the week after, we'll keep turning up like we always do. But you know, and maybe this is not the video for it, but maybe we need to have this low point to know, hang on a second, we need to fucking fix some things in the off season. Let's get some players in. Let's do what we can to get some players in, and let's change it around and go again in 2025. But there definitely needs things changing, and things are going to change. And I think they can change quickly. I know this is toxic positivity now, but I believe that some of these things that went wrong today can be fixed. We've got a very, very good coaching team. I still think that Graham Wright not being there is a huge headache for us, a huge mistake not replacing him, or changing all these coaches around and stuff like that. I think there's just been too much change at the club after a premiership win, and that's obviously being reflected on field. But yeah, today's game, I'm still teetering on a little bit of hope, but all in all, I'm just really, really disappointed and frustrated. So I'm going to finish this coffee, and then I'm going to edit this video and go to bed, because if I stay up any longer, I'm going to be really sad. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We move on now. Like, we'll rue this for the weekend. It'll wreck everyone's mood for the weekend, but we'll move on, and then we'll look at Richmond next week. And that could be a danger game as well. So who bloody knows? But look, anyway, guys, thank you for letting me rant. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below and on the Pies. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.